Alright, so this is the last of the installment of the WAYYYYYCIST cards of Wizards of the Coast, the banned Magic the Gathering cards that are too spicy for print. And with this particular little gem, I found something really interesting, because I tried searching for it in the Gatherer, and this is what I get. If you actually search for Imprison itself, and there's no difference in the spelling. Imprison, Imprison. If you type it in the simple search, oh, no, disregard, Imprison. Okay, disregard. That was user error. Apparently, I had it on I had it clicked on type instead of name on the Gatherer for some reason, because I was looking up other cards and I was doing a little bit of research on that. Disregard. I thought they were hiding this card, but they're not. Instead, we get this on the website. We removed this card image from our database because it has racist or culturally offensive art, text, or combination thereof. The same standard spiel that we get from every other card in Magic the Gathering. Imprison. Now, the reason I did have to check it is because I did have to ensure that it is, in fact, a rare card, as we see at the bottom right here. It has a rarity of rare. I know that sounds redundant, but in Magic the Gathering, it really isn't. There can be other rarities other than rare. And so this is an enchant creature, and we call this an aspect spell. So this is going to be an aspect spell, which is a channeled spell, which means that it will take you a half action to cast it. And so the spell name is Imprison. And the shade cost, it starts off with 1 shade. But because of the law of common, we put it through the multipliers, and it comes out to a shade cost of 4 corruption. Which means the spell battery will be a 4+. And you will need, you will not be able to cast this spell as a starting character unless you went mono shade and you have a shade score of 5 in these, a shade capacity of these spells, in this spell's attribute, which we'll determine later. But let's look at the effect. So this is an enchant creature, an aspect spell that says pay 1 life. No, pay 1 mana. I apologize. Pay 1 shade each time target creature attempts to attack, block, or tap. That action is prevented, and the creature becomes tapped. Destroy enchantment if mana is not paid. So, Imprison basically says the target of this aspect the target of this aspect can be exhausted at any time for 1 unstained shade. Let's rephrase that. The target of this aspect can be exhausted for 1 unstained shade after taking any action. All right, let's clean this up a little bit because I'm sensing a few problems because it doesn't say who can pay the cost of this enchantment of this aspect. So we're going to say instead that the caster of this aspect can exhaust the target for one unstained shade after it takes any action. The caster of this aspect can exhaust the target for one unstained shade after it takes any action. If they do, the target is exhausted. If they do not, this aspect is destroyed. Now, this is fantastic flavor, by the way. This is a classic Magic the Gathering card. This is something that I would encourage people in the Shades of Dominion pick up and play. However, when it comes to placement, we know that corruption has ambition, darkness, and death. And we're going to split this one, actually. We're going to say that it can be found... No. Because ambition costs life. It deals damage to the Shade Mage. That's typical. We can put this in darkness. This is going to be a darkness template. For those of you who are interested in playing or using this spell in your own build. The ability to cast on any target and be able to exhaust them. I'm also going to add something in here. I'm going to add a little blurb. This spell This spell cannot target mythic or legendary. Or players. And this is a spell effect that... this spell effect can be nullified if you increase and buff the spell and increase your ability to cast the shade. Like, you can level up this spell so that you are able to target legendary and mythic players. However, the spell is not powerful enough yet to justify giving it the ability to nerf pretty much anything in combat or anything in the world or in the game. So we're going to add this little addendum, because power level is something you do have to consider when it comes to roleplay games, and the fact that it's only a shade cost of 4, a spell battery of 4, you have to nerf this just a little bit. You have to give it a little more... you have to give the player room to grow in the game, in that sense. So this is what we have. This is Imprison, and let's just say that this is a card with great flavor, a fantastic template. And you can see why they've decided to discontinue the use of this card, because the idea that you could target someone with imprisonment, de facto enslavement, is a little too spicy for Wizards of the Coast. However, it is an aspect of evil, of corruption, that they shouldn't be sent. Because here's the thing. This is a corruption card. This is admitting that that whatever this aspect does is evil. It is corrupt. It is not a good thing to do. So why this was banned, because it reminded us of someone else's oppression, is that's the point. That's the entire point and flavor of this. You are being reminded that even though you can have the power to imprison someone, it doesn't mean you should, unless you're a Shade Mage or a Planeswalker who just wants to beat the fuck out of someone else. That's the message. That's the ethos behind this. So, again, Magic hates you, and they don't want you to have any fun. That's why you need to come over to Shades of Dominion, watch these videos, learn how to turn your favorite cards into spell templates, and this is it, guys. This is the end of the WAYYYYYCIST series of Magic the Gathering cards that are banned, that have been translated for you to be used in the Shades of Dominion game. And we hope you do play the game. We hope that you do go to the Cash App so that I can send you a PDF of the rulebook, of the core set of this game, and it is fantastic. We have a blast, and I hope to see you all there on Thursday for our games. Thursday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's it, guys. God bless, and go throw some shade. Bye-bye.